Go on, mate. Look at that. Just arrived at 7:20 and it's completely dead. So I've just got these 2 bags out the freezer ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna initially try the fruit and nut, and this is the first time that I'm gonna open them and smell them. So yeah, so they're probably not gonna smell too much because they're frozen, but yeah, let's have a look at those. Yeah, so I can't really smell too much because they're frozen. So I'll have to wait till they've defrosted for a couple of hours. That's the OG fish ones opened. The OG fruit and nut. Let's go. All ready for tomorrow. Getting defrosted. Let's go. Look at that. Just arrived at 7:20 and it's completely dead. Car park's empty. No one's here. What a difference it makes coming on a Thursday rather than a Saturday. Normally it's absolutely chocker. Every swim's taken. So I always wanted to fish that swim just there off that pier, so I'm gonna fish it because I can. And you probably can't really see, but I've just been sat here for a couple of minutes, and yeah, there's a lot of shows just to the right down that margin there, so I'm gonna whack it here. Lovely. Right, just got to the lake, and first things first, let's get me bait out. I'm gonna pour half a batch in there, and I'm gonna prepare some hook baits. Cool, just saw a show right over there. Yeah. It's so cool because I'm putting one rod over there and one rod down this margin because it's completely empty, and I've always wanted to fish this swim right here, so awesome. But right, back to this thing. So then yeah, open me Parkerbaits bucket, and then I've got my fruit and nut sauce, which I'll give a quick shake, and then gonna dazzle that over all of them. Cool, lovely. Right, they're nice and glugged up, and then now it's time for the OG magic dust. And so I'm just going to be fishing these as singles with no bait or anything over the top of them. Right, I might have to put a bit more in there, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I have to get my hands dirty. Put too many in there. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I can go and put these to the side now, and then let them soak for a bit, and that'll be my hook baits for today. Let's go the Nosser pigs. Well, these things aren't afraid, are they? Literally, I've been scaring them off for the last 10 minutes. Shoo, mate. Look, my bait, I've hiding my bait in there. I've had this tub on top of this bucket. So you can't get it. Nightmare, mate. Get gone. Lovely day, though. Lovely day. I say, if you ever want to bring your kids here and you're interested in this junior lakes, 10 till 5, it's round there. They've got three little ponds, absolutely overstocked with carp up to like £3, and yeah, it's just crazy fishing for the little ones, if anyone's interested. But yeah, I say I'm just about to get this one on a single. This is one I've already made up. I'm just going to get that casted out and then set the camera up and then get this other rod tied up, and then yeah, how long do you reckon it's going to take before we get a take? I reckon 15 minutes. I've seen 2 boshes over there, but I know there's just loads of carp here. You can see like all the ripples where they've just been showing their heads and stuff and tipping up. But yeah, I feel like up against this margin in the sun this morning, one over here that I'll just flick out as a single while I set the other one up, and then I'll flick one down here in the margin once it's set up. Let's go. So here's my hook baits already that I just made up like 15 minutes ago, and then I've got one on the thing now, so I'm just literally going to cast this out as a single as it is. So I don't know if you saw that on the camera over there, but there's been a couple showing over there, so yeah. So I'm going to flip this over there. Oh yeah, this is my new reel as well, so it'll be fun if we catch a fish on it. So I said I've not touched any bait out already. So we'll see what happens. Just going to set the other rod up. I'm just going to ping some baits out. I'm going to test the new catapult out. Just going to do like 5 or 6 or so. Probably just do one at a time. Nowhere near far enough. Need to be a bit more consistent, you know. Luckily there's no one else here. Kind of what should have casted long, really. But that'll do for a minute. And I'm just going to get this other rod tied up. Be interesting to see how it fishes today, because it's empty. So I've just got the other phone filming the rod, so I had to use this phone. So I went to the tackle shop yesterday to get some PVA. I ended up coming back with 2 packs of PVA, 2 packs of solid bags, some anti-tangle sleeves, some tail rubbers, some feeder link swivels, some tubing, some stiff hook link, some pop-up maize and a bag of micro pellets. But yeah, it's just typical, innit? Went in there for the PVA, ended up spending 55 quid. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get this rod tied up now, and with the tubing, I'm adding it to my. Oh, there was a boss right there, mate. That was absolutely wonderful. Caught that on film. That's literally not far off where I'm fishing. So fingers crossed, that rod screams off. I've catapulted a bit of bait out there. I mean, it's so nice this morning. It's like eerie. No one else is here. It's just me on my lazar. My Larry lonesome. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get this tied up now and get my other rod out. Let's go. For anybody interested on how I have sort of makeshifted my free running rig with tubing, basically I'm using tail rubbers, one of these run rigs that I'm attaching onto my lead here, and then I'm sliding that run ring on the tail rubber, and then I've got a swivel on there that I've just basically slid into there, and then that sort of just like neatly slides in, and then that slides onto there, and then if you push that up and leave one ring showing out the end of the tail rubber, when you slide that on, basically just push it up against the swivel, and then it'll be sort of semi-fixed when you cast, but then when you get a take and the fish shakes its head, the lead will just run away with it, and it will become like a free running system, but you won't lose your lead. And then this tail, anti-tangle sleeve, is just what I'm going to slide onto my hook link, on my soft hook link, because I'm using a soft hook link on that one. So when I casted this one out, I'm going to recast that other rod, because I'm going to tie this rod up on a stiff hook link, and I'm just sort of testing new rigs out and stuff today. But yeah, I'll let you know how I get on and if I catch a fish. I've basically got the same setup as this on that other rod, but when I went in there initially, the guy sold me these helicopter rig sleeves, but these ring swivel things don't actually like slide on here, so it's more of like just a permanent free running rig. But I wanted like a semi fixed, just to sort of trial it out, see what happens. Yeah, look, the geese aren't scared, they just get so close. Look, he's even in my bucket, mate. Get gone, you little bugger. Mate, get out of it. There's nothing in there for you. Just some plastic corn in a packet. Don't think you're gonna want that, mate. But yeah, just gonna get this rod tied up now. Gonna slide the nightmare of sliding all the tubing on and stuff. Let's go. That settles that. There was just a huge wash right there, basically right in front of that sign, the furthest one. So that's basically where I'm going to put my right hand rod. That's how I'm going to fish my left hand rod up against the margins over the other side there, and I'm going to fish my right hand rod down this margin. But yeah, I'm just going to donk it down there. I might actually just drop a few baits in there now, just to see if I can get them grubbing on the fruit and nut, and then drop my rod down there in like 15 minutes once I've tied it on and got the tubing on. Get gone, mate. Eating out my bucket. Get gone, mate. You're annoying. Get gone, mate. Get gone. Look on, mate. Little bugger.
I was getting my sausage oil.
He's having a right on munch up and all. Right, so that's me rigged up for anyone interested. Literally just a free running lead tied onto my swivel there with the tail rubber with a ring swivel tied onto that, and then that's going to become a free running lead with my tube in there. So let's get her out and see how she does. Mate, this bloody thing won't go away. Scram! Scram, mate. Get out of the tub, bro. Get gone, mate. Well, he loves a bit of them fruit and nut. He's come back for more, even after I scared him off. Right. That's this rod. Almost ready to cast out. Just got to put some bait on it, and we are good. Mate, get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of here. Get out of here, mate. Why are you just eating my net? Keep thinking, I'm gonna move the left hand rod, because I say I only sort of flicked it out to show and fish, and then yeah, I want to fish down in this margin down here really. But yeah, this left hand rod's just straight out in front of me, and I've got my right hand rod in front of the sign, the furthest sign over there. So I saw a fish bosh there when I got here this morning. So yeah, just basically put them on fish's heads. I put a little bit of bait down in this margin here because I'll probably fish this margin for the first few hours today, and then I might go out a little bit further in front of me into the middle on this right hand rod, or just sort of play this area of the lake here, and then with my left hand rod I'm probably going to fish that margin over there. But yeah, I keep thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to bring it in and move it now, because it's been in about an hour, and every time I think, oh yeah, I'm going to move it, it goes beep or the rod bounces or something. So I'm probably going to leave it for another half an hour. Gonna go make a coffee or something, sit down, have my coffee, and then once I've had my coffee I shall bring that left hand rod in and give it a recast. And I said I'd just put the right hand rod out about 20 minutes, half hour ago, so I had to tie it up first. But yeah, see how we go. So it's literally still dead. It's about 9 o'clock now, and yeah, it's just dead quiet. Lovely. Super quiet. Ooh. Good knock on that margin rod. Mate, these bloody geese. getting scrammy. Been a couple of bosses getting closer and closer to where I'm fishing, just up this right hand margin here. So it's just coming up 9:30, 10 o'clock. Rods are still where they were this morning. Haven't moved them yet. I say every time I go to move this left hand rod, I want to get this left hand rod down in this other margin because I'm fishing opposite me at the minute. But yeah, I want to fish it down here in the margin. But yeah, every time I go to move it, it goes beep. But I say I've just finished my coffee, so I think it's time to move that left hand rod. But hopefully those bosses that we just see up there, the fish are working their way around, and then he finds me bait in a minute. I think it's time we bring that left hand rod in, move it down this margin. Man, it's so annoying. I've just pulled that one from the opposite margin to put it in this margin in front of me, and now they're all boshing over the opposite side again. I don't know whether just to flick this over opposite. I've just gone for another single OG fruit and nut, covered in OG fruit and nut paste. Well, paste that I made out of the dust and sauce. So just flick that out. See if it does the deed. Right, so just moved the left hand rod from fishing opposite to fishing this margin. I'm just fishing off that first buoy beyond this side of the no fishing zone. You're not allowed to fish past the ropes there. So yeah, just got that one flicked out. Got a little bit of bait down there, a couple handfuls of this mushed up bread with some crushed up OG fruit and nut boilies and some sweet corn and some fruit and nut sauce. And then just made that sort of damp, so when you squeeze it together it makes some nice balls. And then yeah, just chucked 3 or 4 of those in around where I'm fishing. Handful of sweet corn and then a few of those coated hook baits that I've got going in there. And then this right hand rod is still down in this right hand margin, so it's been in there for like an hour and a half. So I'm debating whether to bring it in and just change the hook bait, because I just basically put a single OG fruit and nut on there, and it wasn't quite, I didn't quite have the paste ready yet, so it wasn't really coated too well. It was still coated in the sauce and the dust, but it's been in there like a couple of hours now, so it's probably almost gone, and it's had a couple of knocks on, to be fair, so it's probably had all of its coating knocked off. So I'm going to change that over in like the next 10-15 minutes. I say literally just as I got my phone out before I started recording, the end of the rod went and just sort of bent round. So I don't know if there's like fish there or if it was a liner or something's going on. But yeah, so I say I'll probably leave it for another 15-20 minutes, and then I'll swap that right hand rod over, because the right hand rod hasn't been in as long as the left hand rod. I flicked it in and then tied the right hand rod up, so the left hand rod was in for like an extra half an hour. So I'll leave this right hand rod for another yeah, 15 minutes, maybe half hour, see how it goes. And then yeah, if I don't get any knocks or anything, then I'll bring it in and change my hook bait and re-put it out there. But yeah, that's me for now. So it's about 10:15. Been here a couple of hours. Nothing as of yet. Seen a few boshing and a few shows. I say I don't know if it's like good if it's quiet today, like, because normally it's absolutely ramo. Like every swim that you can see, there's normally got people on. There's bait going in all over the place, people casting all over the place, and maybe the fish aren't really sort of switched on to the bait, if you know what I mean, because it's Thursday and no one's probably been fishing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My idea behind it was no one's been fishing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so maybe the fish would be on the hunt for the food and I wouldn't have to put too much bait in. But yeah, don't know, we'll have to see. So I've chucked in a little bit around the hook baits and stuff, like around the areas that I'm fishing. So just fingers crossed the OG fruit and nut can do the business. I say this place usually doesn't sort of pick up bites till sort of 3-4 o'clock anyway, so I'm not really expecting too much till later on in the afternoon. But sort of depending on how many times I cast, sort of generally depends on how much bait that I put out. Like if I haven't had a knock or a bite all day, then I won't just constantly pile the bait in, because I don't even know that the fish have been there, if you know what I mean. But then as soon as I've had that fish, then that's when I'll start putting a bit more bait in and sort of feeding every other cast or every fish kind of thing, if it switches on. But yeah, at the minute, nothing to report. A couple of beeps on the left, a couple of beeps on the right, but yeah, other than that, it's been a quiet morning. And the geese have finally left me alone. They're over there on that platform over there. They was just hunting around constantly, just mooching, being annoying this morning. So I'm glad they've left me alone. Now I've just got to wait for that sun to peer out from behind that willow, and then I'll be sitting in the sun. So normally I fish that swim over there, and that gets the sunlight instantly at 7 o'clock. And I kind of regretted when I set up here this morning, it was a bit cold. But yeah, never mind. So this is the fish that I wanted to swim, so I'm fishing here even if I'm in the shade. But at the minute it hasn't resulted in anything. Like I say, it's probably been a quiet week. No one's probably been here, the bait hasn't gone in, fish aren't switched on. So yeah, just have to see. Hopefully it picks up a bit later on. I'll let you know if anything happens. Right, so I've just got the right hand rod recast in now. So I took off the match the hatch 14mm like feed boilie, and I've gone for a 12mm red robin pellet topped off with a fruit and nut wafter. So I've got one rod on a wafter and a red robin pellet, and the other rod on the 14mm fruit and nut. So yeah, we'll leave that for a couple of hours. Probably gonna go and make another coffee now, and then yeah, let these rods be, see if we can do the business. I mean, it just seems really quiet today, because it's, like I say, it's just there's nobody else here, so I don't know if it's just like the fish have turned off today, or like I say, but the bites don't normally pick up till after lunchtime, so we'll wait till later on this afternoon. We'll find out. But I was hoping to nab one like first thing this morning, like when I was casting to a showing fish, but doesn't seem to have done the deed. So we just have to wait it out. Like I say, it might be because it's Thursday and I normally come on a Saturday, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Look, this geese is unbelievable, mate. Get scram. Look, do you reckon if I put a couple grains a sweet on my hand, he would take it? Oh look, he's managed to nab himself half a boilie. Choke on it. Mate, he might choke on that. Mate, drop that. Look, have this. Have this. Look, eat that instead, mate. Don't eat the boilie. Look, eat the grain. Eat the grain. You're a crackhead. Don't eat that, mate. Got it back. Saved the duck. Managed to get a whole boilie. Took one of my hook baits out of here. Little bugger. Well, that's the first one on the OG fruit and nut wafter. If I can land him, that is. So I literally just turned the camera off because I've been feeding the ducks. And then my rod friend. People walk past, knock the other rod off the rest. Bloody ducks everywhere. Look, I was trying to feed in some grain up my hand. Do you reckon he'd do it? Go on, mate. Do it. No? Doesn't want to do it, mate. Right, well, I'm going to have to move that other rod. Bring it in, or get it back on the rest at least, until I sort that other fish out. I don't know what happened. It's flopped over. Right, I'm just going to chuck a couple balls of ground bait where I'm fishing on this right hand margin rod, now that I've had a fish. So I'm only fishing literally there. And then, yeah, that was on the red robin pellet, topped off with an OG fruit and nut wafter. But right, hang on a minute, I haven't even got anything going over here. I'm gonna have to move this over here to get matey out. And then I'll be able to get a nice pick for you. Get him unhooked. Look at that, right in the bottom of the mouth there. Absolutely lovely. On the OG fruit and nut wafter with a red robin pellet. Doing the business. Yeah, and I say that's a new running lead that I'm trying out with the tubing. Nice to know it worked. Let's keep some of this. Get some carp here. Yeah. First one of the day. Lovely. Banging. I didn't blink. Actually bought this a couple of days ago, so this will be the first fish that's been in it. Right, so I'm just going to get this one recast in. Just going to plonk this down here for a sec. But what I was going to say is there is something that I haven't been telling you guys that I've been doing with this crumb duck stuff. Also added some red robin pellet and some bloodworm pellet and some 2mm pellet to that now. And then, yeah, I've been squeezing a little ball of it around my hook bait, and then, yeah, just fishing the wafter. Oh, I had a shot on there, but my shot's come off, so I'll have to put another shot on there. Good job I just looked at that. Right, let me get a shot on that, and then I'll recast it. There. So I'm just going to walk over here and pick it out. I think I'm gonna have to bring that left hand rod in and recast it, because after I just had that fish on the right hand rod, it all was just shambles and I knocked it all over, and yeah, I don't feel like it's fishing, or if it is, I've yanked it off the spot. And I'm actually also going to swap this lead over to a flat lead instead of a round lead. It makes it a bit easier for putting the stuff around it. That's why I love using like clips, so that you can just easily change your lead like halfway through your session. Like if I wanted to, I could flip this over to a method feeder, literally anything. So yeah, it's very versatile. It's great. So I'm just gonna get this done up. Right, let's go and drop that in. Right, so that's both the rods out. I've got the right hand rod on a red robin pellet, topped off with a OG fruit and nut wafter. And then I've got the left hand rod on a 14mm OG fruit and nut out of the bag, covered in paste and stuff, one of those, topped off with a bit of pop-up maize because I've got a bit of corn in my mix. So just thought I'd try and sort of blend my hook bait in with the rest of the stuff. These little buggers just won't leave me alone. They're absolutely loving the bait. They just keep munching it all. But yeah, I just had one on the right hand rod, so I'm off the mark. Wasn't the biggest, sort of maybe £5 or something, but a fish is a fish. And it's put a smile on my face, saved the blank for today. So yeah, so I just recasted the left hand rod, because when I struck the right hand rod, or lifted it up, basically knocked the whole rod pod off, knocked it all over and knocked my rod off the pod, so I had to basically reset it all up. So yeah, but I've got the right hand rod back in first, then recasted the left hand rod because I had the fish on the right one. Makes sense to try and make the most of the bite. And I say I just had that about a rod length off that end sign, which was quite nice. So yeah, off the mark. Look, they literally go away, you little buggers. They just keep eating all my bait. Keep trying to put it back under there. I've got another box on top of this so they stop eating it. But yeah, nightmare. But yeah, so it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock now, and I've had the one fish, so I'm happy. And that was on the OG fruit and nut. So yeah, we just have to wait and see how the day goes now. Hopefully we can catch a couple more. Let's go. Feeding them Ritz crackers. It's meant to be my lunch, mate, not your lunch. Seems to like it. Hilarious. The other one's not too keen. He hasn't had any. I chucked him one, and then this other one ate his one and then came over and had that one as well. He literally didn't even touch it. He looked at me as if I was stupid. He's like, what on earth is that? But the other one seems to like it. Oh, there you go. He's actually having it. Are you going to munch it? Go on, boy. Cool, he's going for it. Lovely. The other one's coming in and nabbed it. Unlucky mate. So I just got the OG fish out, because it's just coming up lunchtime. And I've only had the one bite, so I thought I'd get the OG fish out, see if I can nab a catfish like after lunchtime. Well, nab anything really, because I say the OG fish seemed to go off last time. So I had about a quarter of a pot of the magic dust left, so I poured it in my pot. I've made up some hook baits there that are drying out in the sun, and then with the quarter of the pot left that I had left, and about probably a teaspoon of, maybe a teaspoon and a half, I've then made a huge ball of paste out of literally magic dust and the sauce, and I'm now gonna basically take off little sections of this, and then I'm gonna wrap my hook baits in it, and then yeah, literally just cast it out as a single, probably out into the middle there, and then I'm gonna come off this right hand margin, yeah, and just flick a rod out there somewhere. So yeah, let's go. Right, so it's 12:30 now, so I've just done about 4 hours sat on singles with like no bait over the top, no like PVA or anything like that. So I've only had the one fish, so I've now swapped my right hand rod onto OG fish. I also prepped some OG fish baits earlier that I've got drying off over here with some paste around them, and then some smaller ones, and then the same with the fruit and nut. I've got a couple of these bigger ones prepared with paste wrapped around them that I'm going to use for hook baits over here. So yeah, I swapped the right hand rod onto OG fish, and then I put a bag of PVA on with some bloodworm pellet and 2mm pellet with a bit of flat spot in the PVA bag, and I've literally cast that over there, and you can probably see that slick that's just come up there. That's literally where I'm fishing. So looks like something's having a go at me pellet, so that might run off in a minute, which is quite cool. That's the flat is all going now, so that must have popped up a couple of minutes ago. I didn't notice. And then the left hand rod I've done exactly the same, apart from it's on a OG fruit and nut instead of an OG fish, and that's just down in that margin down there, and that's got a little PVA mesh bag with bloodworm and 2mm pellet with a bit of flat spot in there as well. It's flat calm over here, so you can't really see any slicks. So it's been about 5 minutes. I'll probably say I just missed the slicks. That one over there is just gone now. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a sort of update video where I'm at the minute. Still had just had the one fish earlier on the OG fruit and nut, but it hasn't really picked up on the spots. So yeah, I'll say I've moved my right hand rod out this margin, and I've just flicked that into the middle over there. There's just loads of showing fish over there, so just thought I'd flick that over there. I'm probably just going to leave that right hand rod now for a couple of hours, and then this left hand rod down in the margin I've just been baiting up again. This is like my trusty margin that I usually fish from over the other side, but I usually fish it against that buoy over there, and obviously I don't really want to be casting all the way over there and getting caught up in those reeds, so I've just donked it in front of this first buoy, or just before that first buoy, just off the edge of those reeds that you've got growing in there. But yeah, so it's a quick little update for you. So one rod's on the OG fruit and nut, and the other rod's on the OG fish. We've got about 5-6 hours left. Well, till 7 o'clock we can stay here, but it's getting dark about 6:30, so I'll probably have to start packing up a little bit earlier. But yeah, I'll try and stay as long as I can. But yeah, hopefully the fish come out. Come on, the Nossa pigs. Right, so it's just coming up 1:15, and this is around the time that I usually get my sort of first or second bite, if I haven't already had one. I have had one this morning, so it will be my second one if I get one now. But just thought I'd do a little update. Maybe we catch the bite while I'm talking away. Yeah, I say the right hand rod produced the fish from the right hand margin. Left hand rod's had nothing. I switched over the right hand rod to OG fish, and I've changed location, even though it gave me the fish. I just feel like there was nothing sort of down in this margin anymore. Like the wind's blowing over towards that hut over there, and I've had nothing out of this margin either. So I'm now thinking about moving this left hand rod, probably just flick it out like 3 or 4 rod lengths in front of me. I've been baiting a spot just a little bit in front of me for the last couple of hours. Bugger off, mate. They keep eating all my boilies. And then yeah, just basically just see what happens. I say I've flicked the right hand rod out sort of in the middle, in line with that platform over there somewhere. And yeah, and then my left hand rod is just down in the margin here. But so I might bring my left hand rod in and then just flick it out in front of me. So I said I've been baiting up a spot there, and I don't know, I feel like if I was going to have had a bite from the margin, I would have had it already. I feel like the fish are going to move out now and sort of start swimming around into the bowl and sort of venturing out a little bit, and then I'll probably say about 3-4 o'clock, maybe 4:30 or something, I'll come back and plonk it back in the margin. Same with this. Bugger off, mate. Look, he's just had a right go at my pasted up boilie. Go away. Yeah, you, shoot. Go. Mate, they've been so annoying today. Spent more time bloody watching them, chasing them away from my bait. Yeah, and I say I've just been tying up a couple of mesh bags with some pellet in, and then I've topped them with a bit of flat spot. So there's 4 bags ready to go, which will probably do me the rest of the day unless it starts going crazy. Yeah, like I said, about sort of 1 o'clock, 1:20, 1:30 is when the bites usually start to pick up, and then you get sort of a couple now, and then it dies off again till about 3, 4, and then it picks up again from about 4 till 7. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, I feel like the wind's blowing. It's all just blowing down that end. I don't know. I feel like I should move, but then I don't want to move because I've baited up spots. But don't know. We'll see what happens. It's one of them things, isn't it? Like, I keep thinking I should have just stuck with that swim where I fished the last couple of times, but then you don't learn anything new about the lake, do you? So yeah, so if I don't do very well in this spot, then next time I'll come and fish that spot. But I say I want to fish over that side as well at some point, but it's almost today's like prime for fishing over there because the wind's blowing over there. And it's been blowing over that way all day, but yeah, so I haven't really seen any since this morning where we had a few boshes and stuff like that. It's literally been nothing. It's been quiet, just no fish showing, just nothing. So I had that one bite earlier, had a little knock earlier, and then that's been it all day. It's been pretty quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off my coffee out my flask and then probably go and make another one and then eat some food. Hopefully they start feeding as well. Oh, I just flicked out that PVA bag with the flat spot in it. Oh, look at that. You can tell that works, can't you? Mad. I'm literally so tempted just to just literally launch one over the other side of the lake and just fish right up against the platforms, but yeah. So this one down in the margin, I'm probably gonna bring that in and recast that one now and all. Right, so I've just brought in the left hand rod that was in the margin, and my fruit and nut was still covered in the pasty stuff, so it's literally just not even been touched, not even by the little fish. So I'm moving that rod. I'm just going to put them both out in front of me on the baited spot that I've been baiting pretty much all day. So I've taken the right hand rod out the margin, taken the left hand rod out the margin, and I'm fishing them both in front of me on the spot that I've been baiting with OG fish and the fruit and nut. And then on the right hand, no, I'm going to move that. That's going to be the left hand rod. That is OG fish. And then on this left hand rod, I'm going to have the fruit and nut. And then I'm just going to leave them both out there basically. And then, so this is going to be kind of like a little mini experiment with them both sat next to each other, and we'll see what does the bite. Yeah, that's my fruit and nut one ready to go out, and then topped off with a bit of flat spot. Right, just get these. I don't know what's going on. It's very windy. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to bring that one in, and then I'm going to redo that one, because when I actually casted it, my PVA bag split, so I'm not actually 100% happy with that. And like I say, the wind just knocked it. I don't know if it was the wind. Maybe I should wait. So that's the one on the OG fish. I'll just move that over, and then this is the one on the fruit and nut. Get a lovely old flat spot. Right, so I'll say I'm probably going to leave them in for an hour or two, because I've just baited up that spot, and then yeah, we'll see what happens.